You catch me whenever I fall. You're just that bigger. hold the keys to my whole heart. No other name above yours, 'cause you're just that bigger. Big God, you answer whenever I call.
It's all about you. LA's fine and sunshine most of the time, and the feeling is laid back. Palm Tree Road, rent so low, don't you know? But I keep working my way back. But I'm a Jamaican boy who's born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between two shores. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York is home, but it ain't mine no more. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I am my pride. I am said and I am lost, and I can't even say why. Leaving me lonely still.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing this evening? I am here. I am back. Wow. It feels like I have been gone for honestly, it feels as if I have been gone for a year. Yeah, I am back, ladies and gentlemen, and it feels good. It feels good to be back. I must it's the first time I am sitting behind the Resolute desk since I've been back. You know, I've made a couple of pass through, just to make sure that everything is working right. And funny enough, everything was working properly until just now. I come and I decide that, okay, it's time to get the show started, and all of a sudden, one of my computers is in front of me, spinning around and doing all kinds of nonsense. But the show must go on. The show. Yeah, I am back, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say thank you all. Thank you. I miss you guys. I really did. I miss you guys, and I couldn't wait to come back and get the show started. It was a couple of weeks, and took a well-deserved break. Took a little vacation down to Jamaica, and it was well worth it. It was well worth it. I went to my born parish, St. Thomas. I could not, this time around, there are times when I go to Jamaica, and I don't go to St. Thomas, even though it's my born parish, because let me tell you, I am from St. Thomas, but I kind of relocated to some other part of the island. And so there are times when I do go to Jamaica, and depending on what is what, sometimes you want to just go cool out in one hotel and put up your feet and just relax a little bit, But this trip I went to St. Thomas, and we go a river. We had a little coat on the riverside and went under the falls, got the water beat down on me. There's a place up in Trinityville. For those of you who don't know, there's a place up in Trinityville in St. Thomas there. They call it Grandpa Falls. Was just a few years ago they discovered it, you know. And it's funny, I'm hearing about the story how they discovered it, but that's for another time. But it's a little secluded place. The water is absolutely brilliant, breathtaking, the scenery. Or maybe it's just because he's a countryman and I love them kind of things here. But I love the fact that I was able to go to the river and have fun. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You see, in this life, we should take the opportunity whenever we get the chance to meet up with friends and family. And we shouldn't, because somebody said this. I think somebody out of my family said this. And I absolutely agree. We shouldn't wait. Thank you very much, Sister Dawn. Thank you very much. We shouldn't wait for death to reunite us. Because a lot of us, we are so busy in this life that we do not take the time to connect with each other. Family, friends, the people who really matter. We do not take the time to connect with them. And sometimes it takes death for people to reunite, because when somebody dies, doesn't matter where in the world you are, you fly down to go to the funeral, and then everybody reunite at the funeral. But it shouldn't be that way. And I want to talk to you guys this evening. You know, it's a message that I feel strongly about, and I want to talk to you guys. This, a lot of us are guilty of it, where we do not. Our lives become so busy, and trust me, I get it. I understand. Our lives become so busy that we can't stop for a moment to appreciate the people around us. We have to work, and we are trying to achieve. And you're in your 40s and you have work, you work morning till night. And you do not stop for a moment to breathe, to appreciate the people around you, your family, your friends. And you work a little bit more and you start to achieve a little bit. And you end up in your 50s. And you start looking forward to retirement, and you're still working because you're saying to yourself, boy, you know what? I need to achieve something so that when I retire, I have a little something to take care of myself. And you work and you work and you work. Before you know it, you're 65 or 70. And now you decide that you're going to retire because, okay, you think you have enough. But then, when you do retire, you're old and you're barely able to move. And you start to realize that I'm not really enjoying what I've worked for, because now you can't travel, You can't do anything. You just have to just literally sit there, and maybe you need some assistance from somebody to even get around. So in other words, you worked all of your life. And then when it comes a time to retire and enjoy it, it doesn't feel so enjoyable. So I'm here to say to you, my friends, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends when you do have the time. Because there comes a time when all of it, everything that you're working for, will be taken away from you. Yeah? Whether it be that you get so sick that you can't enjoy it anymore, or you get so old that nothing matters. You know what I mean? So I say all of this, I say all of that to say this. I am happy that I was able to take the time off and go visit some friends and family members who I haven't seen in years. I saw some people who I hadn't seen in decades. When I say decades, I mean 20, 30 years. And it was good to, reunite with these people, if it's even for a brief moment, to say hi. I went back to my hometown, the place where I grew up, a place where I love dearly. Yeah? St. Thomas, Jamaica, York District to be exact, is a place where I love. Humble. It's nothing fancy. It's nowhere. Probably if you go on the map, you will not find it. But this is the place where all of my childhood memories are. And just going back there, each time I go back, all of these memories just come flooding back, and I kind of realize that irrespective of my life and how much I've achieved in life and where I am in life and the status that I gain, those years in that humble beginning were the best years of my life. And sometimes some of us kind of let other things overshadow all of that. But those years were the best years of my life. When you look back over it, simple, humble. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to encourage you this evening. I'm not lecturing you. I just want to encourage you this evening. If you can take some time, go visit some family members, be with them, some of them miserably, because that's family. But think about the alternative. Think about if you lose them, or when they are gone, when you lose them. This same miserable person, your mother, your father, your brothers and sisters, these same people who get on top of your nerves every day, and you cuss sometimes, you say, I can't stand the man, I can't stand the woman, I can't stand her, I can't stand him. But make death come and see what happens. It leaves a void, leaves a gap, and sometimes it takes a decade, sometimes never. That gap can never be filled. So while we have the chance, take the time, and go visit some friends, visit some family members, and enjoy life while we have a chance. All right? Okay, so putting that all to rest now, I am glad to be back. I enjoyed myself, every moment of it. I went to St. Thomas, and I was all over the place. I went to St. Thomas, I went to Portland, came back on, from one end of the country to the other. And I met Julia. Yeah, Julia Meikle Benaya, man, I tell you, little thing, man, I tell you. Nice little thing, and I get a little hug up and thing, and yeah, she said we are on our way. But it was nice meeting up with Julia, and it was fun. So, yeah, but now I am back, and we are about to kick it off. So let's get the show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Don't forget to share the link. Linkage Radio Massive, good evening to you. Good evening. Welcome. Fit FM 96.7, Your Life, Your Music. Welcome. And everybody tuning in from across the globe, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Welcome. Those of you tuning in from Africa. Yeah, we have some ardent listeners, from down there in Africa. I want to say good evening and welcome. This evening is Gospel Vibes Thursday. This is how we start the show. So for this evening, I kind of feel like I'm just going to wing it this evening. Honestly to God, I feel like I'm going to wing it this evening. Oh no. So it's almost like anything goes this evening. That's true. I want to big up some people. I want to say good evening to my niece Kamisha. She got married while I was in Jamaica. Sister Sylvia, good evening to you, sis. My sister Annette, good evening to you, sis. My brother from another mother, Anthony Bailey, good evening to you, my brother. My driver and my security for the entire time I was there. The man picked me up at the airport when I landed, and he was with me all of the way until he dropped me back off at the airport when I was coming back. You can't get better friends than those, Listen, I'm not even gonna kid you. Sometimes you have some friends, and this again, I say we need to appreciate people and let them know when you are alive and when they're alive. Let them know how much you love and appreciate them. I call my brethren, my brother from another mother. I call him and I say, hey, I am coming to Jamaica. And him say, yeah man, me I go take my leave. Yeah, just shortly. I say, hey, I'm coming. I have to come down for Jamaica for a little bit. I'm say, alright, when you're coming, X time, Y time, whatever. I'm say, alright, me I go take my leave. And take him leave. Man, leave him wife. I'm house. 2 weeks. Yeah. And him up and down with me, driving me all over from one end of the country. And until I was ready to come back, him dropped me off at the airport. Couldn't get it no better than that. Big up yourself, Mr. Bailey. Just hold on to Jesus. Love you, my brother. Love you. And ride out your storm. Ride out your storm. God is there with you. Hey, sis, what's happening? Oh, you do? Oh, you do, sis? Sister Annette. Good to see that you could join us this evening. But your morning is coming. Lord of mercy, just hold on to Jesus. And ride out your storm. Remember, it's from
no other name above yours, 'cause you're just that bigger. Big God, you answer whenever I call. You catch me whenever I fall. You're just that bigger. Just that bigger. He's just that bigger, bigger, yeah. Big God, you answer whenever I call. You catch me whenever I fall. You're just that bigger. Just that bigger, yeah. You're just that bigger. He's just that bigger. Just that bigger. I'm glad I know it for myself. Yeah. To the USA, powerful in authority. Take your back from the enemy. When you have it been made away, wipe away all your spot and stay. It might go the same way, never change. Just the type of a son, what you say?
Burn down me a rock, Jehovah Jireh. Nothing is impossible, God my provider. No weapon from now go prosper. Poverty your sickness of me, but one surrender. Personal agenda, me right with now, me speaking them off of me fender. My God, big, mighty and splendor. But I mix up in a blender.
No other name above yours. No other name above yours, 'cause you're just that bigger. No other name above yours. 'Cause you're just that bigger. There's no problem thing that you can solve.
Kids and my friends and my neighbors, they all are feeling fine. Just put the troubles and no worries behind. You can put all your trust in the Father, 'cause I know He's so kind. Some people call on the Father when they are so in need, but I will.
Yes, man, it is Gospel Vibes Thursday.
For me.
Chris Wilbur, the Vibes Master, is in the house. I want to say big up to everybody tuning in. Those of you tuning in from Trelawney, Jamaica. Yeah, man, and big up to all those tuning in from Westmoreland and Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Big up to everybody. Hey, Julia. I know mommy listening in, you know. Hey, I hear that mommy. I hear that mommy tuning. Mommy is 97, you know. Mommy is 97. She batting very, very well. And I hear that on a Thursday. She nah go her bed before she listen to the Chris Wilby show.
I pray my wife and my kids,
Big up to your mommy.
my neighbors, they all are feeling fine.
How you doing? How you doing?
And no worries behind
It was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you.
the Father, 'cause
Stay strong. Why you look? Hey, you look fit, you know. You look fit and ready. I wonder if it's you. Them give the name of the station name off.
the light
You look fit and ready, like you're just ready to start run the race, aren't you?
to see the face of
Big up yourself.
prayer a day, and I'm okay. Prayer a day, keep the devil away. Prayer a day, with Jah I'll stay. Prayer a day, some people are so hard to believe that faith move mountain and a prayer is the key. Hard to believe that there's still hope for you and me. It's praying time, wake up and now it's pray.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I have to carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have failed, you need to borrow, for no one can feel none of your needs that you won't mention. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Please, there is a load you have to bear that you can carry. I'm right up the road, and I share your load. If you just call me, yeah, hold on, yeah. When you need a friend,
Give me faith, oh Jah, I pray, oh Lord. Face another day. Oh, Lord, give me strength to face another day. Carry on life's road, carry on my load. Give me strength, oh Jah, to carry on. Oh, my Lord, oh, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Please tell me when I need. All help for it is past, and all help for you to go. Without whom I could not be. Maybe you're trying to leave out of your life, but I wouldn't be so unwise. And so I promise to serve thee, oh my Lord, and I beg thee some mercy. Lord, give me strength to face another day. Journey along life's road, carry my heavy load. Give
Christy.
Hi.
You've got your husband here, Tom.
And I beg thee some mercy.
Probably the
Lord, give me strength to face another day, to make it a long life's road, to carry on my load. Give me strength, oh Jah, to carry on.
Oh Lord, my God. When
Oh
I'm
boy, oh
in
boy.
awesome wonder,
International show with Jamaican vibes.
Thy works thy hand
Chris will be sure.
I see the stars, I hear the mighty thunder. Thy power throughout the universe display.
Oh, boy.
Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a good evening once again. It is now time. Let me just, because all kinds of things happening here. I told you that everything was fine before I got into the studio. I was out of the studio for a little bit. I never got a chance to come and sit behind the desk here before this evening. So I passed through a couple of times, as I said before, just to make sure that, everything looks fine and everything, but never got a chance to actually sit down and come here this evening. And boy, I tell you, all kinds of things happening. I tell you, when you not do a thing for a while, yeah. But anyway, it's like I was still trying to feel my way. You can't believe I've been doing this for so long. And you're gone for 2 weeks and you come back and you feel like some boy, it new to you and everything feel like. But anyway, I am going to play a video, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be our hot topic for this evening. So I want to play the video for you. This is a video of a woman and a man. Obviously, they're in a relationship, and the woman is about to check out, or she has already checked out. I would like to hear from you guys. What is your opinion on this thing here? Listen to this.
Hi, Christy.
Hi.
We've got your husband here, Tom.
She's really started hitting it hard in probably the last 6 months.
Yeah, living life to the fullest.
And she literally goes off the grid. The phone is off.
On weekends, I kind of just feel like I'm a single parent stuck at home. It's not really fair on me.
Tom, what's your ultimatum?
You've got to choose. Like, it's either be home with your family. Like, I understand, yeah, you're going to go out every now and then, but not every weekend. You're not 18 or 20 anymore.
I don't see an issue with it at all.
What is your answer to that ultimatum? Are you saying leave or I will stop partying?
Leave.
Oh,
You kidding, aren't you?
What more do you want me to say?
Is there more to this story, Christy?
Are you sleeping with someone else?
Well, seeing you've taken it that far, yeah, there's somebody else.
Christy, there is someone else?
Yep.
I think you've got to get to the root of what you're running away from.
Truthfully, it's Tom. He just is boring.
Why are you wanting to treat Tom like this? Why are you wanting to hurt him?
I can't even live with you anymore after this.
You
Like,
can't tell me you're happy.
far out. Like,
Guys, because it's such fresh news, I don't want either of you to say things you can't take back. As angry as you two are at each other for different reasons, just think about the kids first.
Wow. Yeah. So that's basically it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just what is happening here? What is happening in this clip here? Apparently, it's a radio program where they call and talk about relationship issues. And the man called with his wife on the line, and the man is saying, hey, this woman, something is off because she's just partying it up on the weekends and she's just gone and her phone is off and not getting, you know what I mean? And right there on the phone is giving her an ultimatum like, hey, you have got to stop partying up like this, or And, they're asking, what are you going to do? What do you want to do? You're going to stop party, or you want him to leave? Or she was like, leave. Just like that. And on the phone, right there in front of everybody, she's saying, hey, there's somebody else.
Hey, Christy.
Hi.
We got your husband here, Tom.
She's really started hitting it hard in probably the last 6 months.
Yeah, living life to the fullest.
And she literally goes off the grid. The phone is off.
She said she is living life to the fullest. She's living life to the fullest. What could be happening here, ladies and gentlemen? What could be happening here?
Weekends, I kind of just feel like I'm a single parent stuck at home. It's not really fair on me.
Tom, what's your ultimatum?
You've got to choose. Like, it's either be home with your family. Like, I understand, yeah, you're going to go out every now and then, but not every weekend. You're not 18 or 20 anymore.
I don't see an issue with it at all.
What is your answer to that ultimatum? Are you saying leave or I will stop partying?
Leave.
Leave.
Oh.
Yeah.
You kidding, aren't you?
You're kidding, aren't you?
What more do you want me to say?
Is there more to this story, Christy?
Are you sleeping with someone else?
Well, seeing you've taken it that far, yeah, there's somebody else.
Christy, there is someone else?
Yep.
I think you've got to get to the root of what you're running away from.
Truthfully, it's Tom. He just is boring.
Why are you wanting to treat Tom like this? Why are you wanting to hurt him?
I can't even live with you anymore after this.
You can't tell me you're happy.
Far out, like.
Guys, because it's such fresh news, I don't want either of you to say things you can't take back.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think going on in this? I don't know. I don't know. What do you believe is happening here in this clip with these people? 774-408-8860. 774-408-8860. It's again 774-4. Sister Pat, how you do? long time no see, Sister Pat. What's happening, Sister Pat? Why, I tell you, it's good to see you, good to have you on board. Hope that all is well in your neck of the woods. Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, give me a call and tell me what you think is happening here in this clip. 774-408-8860. While I was gone, Cocoa Tea passed off. Ladies and gentlemen, Cocoa Tea. The only tea that can sing. As we continue right there. It's a Chris Wilbur Show, the international with Jamaican vibe. Miss Yvette.
I'm no longer a slave to fear.
Sister Dawn, how you doing? Sister Dawn, how you doing? Sister Camille, how you doing? How you doing?
With a melody, you surround me.
As we continue with the show with Mr. Terry Linen. Live on the radio. You are live. You're live on the radio. What is your take?
Sharp Vibes Radio, good evening.
Good evening, my boss. What a one.
I guess you come from Jamaica all full.
Yeah, man. Get a nice little vacation and thing.
Wow. So like you travel solo?
Yes. This time around, it was me and my brethren apart.
Yeah, because to go from point east to point west and back, and rediscovering Jamaica.
Let me tell you exactly. Let me tell you exactly where I landed, and it was an adventure. I landed in Kingston, Norman Manley International Airport, and left Norman Manley, went to St. Thomas. We went to Portland. Then after that, I went to Westmoreland.
Via the North Coast?
Yes, man. Yes, man. It was lovely. Hey, let me tell you, the roads, they are... I can't believe the development that is taking place in the country right now via the highway. It took me literally less than 2 hours from Kingston to Montego Bay. I know people may not believe me, but it literally took me less than 2 hours from Kingston to Montego Bay. That was normally a 4-hour travel.
Going east to west.
Yeah, man. So yeah, and then when I was leaving, I left Westmoreland and went and came back to the United States via Norman Manley International Airport.
Or Sangster?
Sangster International Airport, rather. So
you left your brethren, left your Montego Bay and go back to
drive back to Kingston. Him live at Kingston.
So you left the man alone and go back solo?
Yeah. Make him enjoy the scenery going back, you know.
Must have been heartbroken. My brethren, after 2 weeks together, I'm gone.
I tell you what, he must
have been alone after drive go back to Kingston.
He must have been crying, you know.
I hope him pick up few hope him run a little robot on him way back to Kingston.
I tell you.
pick up a few passengers here and there on the Montego Bay and Falmouth and
all of them places. That's true. Yeah, man.
Make a few dollars and also get some company.
Yeah.
Well, I did it before I left Jamaica. I did it the other way. I left Montego Bay and head east along the coast. You know, overnight in Port Antonio and head off to Kingston. Overnight in Kingston and head off to the South Coast. Overnight in Mandeville.
Sure. Yeah,
and then
real tourist thing, no? Not sure.
Then you'll have some visitors with me and then leave from Mandeville and straight back to Montego Bay. And of course, in all between there were stops and sightseeing and here and there between all those overnights.
Yeah.
Like you go other place, spend a day there, and then overnight, and then leave and go somewhere else and do things around.
Yeah.
So it was good, and it was less than a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what 2 weeks? There's a lot though.
Yeah, and you know the funny thing is, you know,
2 weeks on the road.
Yeah, when you do 2 weeks, you see, you feel like okay, enough is enough now. You feel like you're ready now.
Yeah, 2 weeks is normally
yeah. Like
start to feel
it's time to
a run.
Yeah, it's time to get back to reality, you know.
Yeah.
Because you've done all you can do, and it's now like, okay, what next? And you start, once you reach that point, you realize that, all right, you know, it's time to go. You've covered all the bases and touched everything you can touch, and you feel like, yeah, man, it's time to get back to reality.
And then you go back another time and go to other places that you didn't go. But yeah, the 2 week thing is definitely the
point. Yeah, it's a point where you decide
even people who come to make for vacation. That's the most they go and
a lot of them don't even
when
do
they're
2
from
weeks.
far.
A lot of them don't do 2
Them
weeks.
go maybe 14 days on far, and after that them start get antsy. Yeah.
So where you take?
Huh?
What's your take?
Well, honestly, I'm curious as to where in St. Thomas you hail from, because I went
York,
again.
man, York near Seafort.
Oh, I almost said that. So Seafort.
Yes, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man, York.
Yeah.
York District, going Seafort. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember a little place up there that I went in the foothills of the Blue Mountain at St. Thomas, and all I can remember is
Cedar Valley. Is it Cedar Valley?
No, the life of me, I can't remember the place, and I always remember. All I do know is that a river run name of the Black or the Maroon River, but it's right at the foothill of the mountain. You know,
Yeah,
cool up there, cool like because the water cool like ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
man.
know.
Saint Thomas, if you can find all of the, certain places in Saint Thomas, man, because where I went to, I have some pictures, man. Where it's our Duns River Falls. The water is literally falling off the rocks. Nice and cool. I mean, it's lovely. And this place was discovered a few years ago. Nobody knew it was there. It was in the bushes, and apparently somebody was. I think they said the man was looking about his cows. So it was literally in the bushes, and he found
Really?
this. Yeah, they found this water coming down on the property. And they realized that, wow, this is a gem. So the water is literally falling off the rocks.
I remember this story.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this story,
And
and
they
it
opened
was
it up to
controversy because the man
public.
wanted the person who bought the property wanted to build a road to go through some people. I remember the controversy around it to get to the falls. Yeah.
Mm. So
Yes,
now,
there
now
was a
everybody,
story
people
about that.
go to the falls, and there's somebody there. You just give them a tip. They're not really
Yeah.
charging you. You give them a tip, and
Yeah,
you enjoy.
there was one big
the place.
hullabaloo about it, because
I don't know
yeah.
if that's the one. There's another one called Reggae Falls, same place up there. So there's a Grandpa Falls, and then there's Reggae Falls. I think the Reggae
Reggae
Falls.
Falls is supposed to be on the Ochoria side.
No. Reggae Falls is same place. Reggae Falls is in Seaforth. And then you pass Seaforth and you go Trinityville, and then you find Grandpa Falls. I've never been to Reggae Falls. So
you nailed it.
Yeah.
Trinityville is where I went.
right.
Trinityville is where I went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That's where.
Trinityville.
That's
You
where.
nailed it.
Yeah, that's where the water is.
So which
Yeah.
one was the thing with this big controversy where
I think
You
it's
know,
Reggae. I think it's Reggae Falls. I'm almost certain it's Reggae Falls because I believe I saw
one is a story about it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's nice. It's nice over there.
and there's land is there and fall is there. But
Yeah,
so
man. It's Reggae Falls
where's
and Grandpa Falls, two different places, but two beautiful places in St. Thomas.
what is I think it's Grandpa Falls. Anyway,
That's
one
in
of them two, yeah.
Trinityville.
But
That's in Trinityville, yeah.
yeah. So where is that water going? Which river is it ending up in?
That's a very good question.
It must be going somewhere.
I would assume that's the same river. It's probably the Johnson River that runs through Seafort. I think it comes all the way down through Seafort and goes down through York and then end up back in Springfield. It's the same. Yeah, I think it's the same river that runs all the way down and goes to the sea in Church Corner.
But there's a river there. But there's a river there, the Border River, Seaford name, and Plantain Garden River.
That
Same
Plantain
name?
Garden River. The Plantain Garden River, I think, is in the other end of the island. I think it's Duck and Field or somewhere around that side.
Oh,
I'm almost certain the Plantain Garden
That's
River
the
is somewhere around that side.
Sugar Wharf is Duck and
Yeah,
Field.
somewhere around that side. Mhm.
Yeah, there's
But,
a big bridge
the
there when
Johnson
you
River is the
when
one
you leave
that is in.
when you leave crossing over from Portland. I think as the river divides Portland,
Mhm.
that bridge you from Portland into St. Thomas,
Yeah.
and then there. Very interesting. I was keen as you discover and rediscover Jamaica, circling the island.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's nice. It's good. If people can go back, if you have the time and can go back, because Jamaica is a beautiful place, But you have to have money, and people who live there normally do not get the chance to enjoy it as much as us who go back on vacation. Because now we go back on
Exactly.
vacation, we have a few little dollars in our pocket, we can move around here and there. You know, people them who live,
Exactly.
they can't, them have to eat them food, they can't take out their money and drive around. And
Yeah, again, as you were talking, I was just here, musing over the whole thing. How, a lot of people. I have the fortune now, I was able to do it.
mm,
One because I worked with a hotel,
mm-hmm,
and so I see some life. So I've always thought about it. So how many Jamaicans cannot and don't even know about certain things. I have to take them to come away, to go to enjoy, to find out and enjoy things in their homeland.
mm-hmm.
And it goes back to the whole thing of have to be, you're preoccupied with survival and
survival,
the
yeah.
daily vicissitude of Jamaican life.
And it's
That,
I suspect it's the same
know.
thing everywhere you go, because here in the United States, a lot of people can't really take the time off to enjoy the tourist areas in the same place within the United States, because you have to be working every day, and the only time you get is, you're the once in a blue moon when you get a little vacation. And most times when people get a vacation, they do not travel around the United States, they go out of the United States, on because they feel like that is vacation. Just leaving
Correct.
from one state to the other, sometimes you don't really feel like that is a vacation. So it's an interesting dynamic, because a lot of times people who live within a certain area, you have to worry about survival, because we live here in the United States, and most times we can't take no vacation and just travel. So we get a week here or 2 weeks there, we're going to Jamaica, we're going somewhere else to enjoy ourselves.
to get away, yes, and as you did, people have come now to, when they go back to Jamaica, don't at least make one of your trips away from your home there.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a hotel
Mm-hmm.
and thing, or else, you should
Yeah,
always
I've
go
done
back to
the
your
done the
roots, but-
hotel things. I've done the hotels, and I am now. I kind of feel like when you really enjoy is when you go outside of the hotel, and you're able to travel from one place to the other, and you enjoy it more. You know what I mean? The scenery.
Yes, but when I
and
say the
all of
hotel,
that.
as against, as you rightfully said, that you never you didn't go and get stuck there at your home place, St. Thomas.
Right.
You went out and beyond. Because sometimes if you just go back to your hometown, you don't really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going back to where you came from,
Mm-hmm.
as against what you did, and taking a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very, very, very interesting.
All right, deal. Thank you for your
Yes.
call.
I didn't. I was listening keenly, but I still didn't catch.
Oh, what? Oh, you're talking about the hot topic.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, let me see if I can play it again while you are here, and see if you can listen to it, and
Right.
hear what is being said.
Hey, Christy.
Hi.
We got your husband here, Tom.
She's really
Are
started
you
hitting
hearing
it
it?
hard in probably the last 6 months.
Yeah, living life to the fullest.
And she
ahead.
literally goes off the grid. The phone is off.
On weekends, I kind of just feel like I'm a single parent stuck at home. It's not really fair on me.
Tom, what's your ultimatum?
You've got to choose. Like, it's either be home with your family. Like, I understand, yeah, you're going to go out every now and then, but not every weekend. You're not 18 or 20 anymore.
I don't see an issue with it at all.
What is your answer to that ultimatum? Are you saying leave or I will stop partying?
Leave.
Oh,
You kidding, aren't you?
What more do you want me to say?
Is there more to this story, Christy?
Are you sleeping with someone else?
Well, seeing you've taken it that far, yeah, there's somebody else.
Christy, there is someone else?
Yep.
I think you've got to get to the root of what you're running away from.
Truthfully, it's Tom. He just is boring.
Why are you wanting to treat Tom like this? Why are you wanting to hurt him?
I can't even live with you anymore after this.
You
Like,
can't tell me you're happy.
far out. Like,
Guys, because it's such fresh news, I don't want either of you to say things you can't take back.
You hear it?
Yeah, but for some I still can't get it.
Yeah, because they have it's an English. It's an
the
English
accent
accent.
is-
All right. So here's the gist of
accent.
here's the gist of the. They're calling into a radio program, right?
Right.
And both the woman and the man is they're on the phone, and the man is
Yeah.
saying the woman is out partying, especially on the weekends. You know, when she goes
Right.
to party on the weekends, her phone is off, and she is like, she's saying that, hey, I'm just here living life, and it's like he's giving her an ultimatum. It's like, you know, because that's the nature of the show, the call-in show, and she's like, hey, well, you know, I'm gonna party. So what are you gonna do? And he's giving her an ultimatum. He's like, you're gonna stop partying or something. And she's like, the host of the program is asking, so are you gonna leave or
And think she said,
stop
yes, she gonna
partying?
leave.
And she said, yeah, I'm gonna leave.
'Cause
Because
she's rather-
the husband is too boring.
Oh. So she'd rather leave
Mm.
and party.
Because she said the husband is too boring. No, Mark, you know, this is a woman who has a family, because she's now saying they're talking about him staying home on the weekends with the kids. We don't know how many kids. So they're married with kids, but she's saying that he is too boring. So she's willing to give up her life
Right.
for the partying.
For party life. So on your question to your audience is,
Yeah, what's your take on that? Why you think what you think is happening? You think it's a midlife crisis? You think she think that the grass is greener on the other side? I don't know. I just found
well,
it.
maybe he's much older than her. And also you know, maybe he's past the stage of his life where, because you know, there are a lot of men who have become not recluse, but you know, certain time in yeah, I don't even know if it's even midlife, because I've never been one who ascribed this midlife thing, you know, let alone midlife crisis, because I don't know what midlife is different. But it's like maybe it's one of those situations where it's been there, done that, especially if he's older, and he's at a different season in his life, and he don't see himself doing certain things anymore. It's kind of like listening to a radio show the other day, and the on-air personality was saying, you know, we're gonna have some good talk tonight, and he was saying that there come a time in your life when it's not all about music. You know, music can always be had, but you want to have some good conversation on the show, because you kind of been that music thing so much already in your life that you want. And I could relate to what he's saying, you know, because I could never be sitting here 2 hours and listen to you play just all music. I want something like you having the odd topic and talk about it.
Right.
So I draw the analogy to say maybe that's kind of where he's at, to kind of be on that stage of his life, and maybe the kind of person who would be like a kind of an occasion person, which again, I am that stage in my life. I'm an occasion person. You go to a dinner dance, you know, and something, and also something worthwhile. You're not just out there going to a party or to a club. So, you know, there could be different stages of their lives that they're at, and so she's still, you know, burning the candle, and he's sort of dimming, and she considered boring, but I'm sure at some point in time before that she didn't find him boring. You know, so that is the big reason why being at different stages of the life and also the man's experience and age. That's my take on it.
All right, thanks, Dale.
Especially if he's white.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate the call.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You see, right now, I just got me a deal with there. So what I want, my friend Josh Brooks?
Why, Richie Steven? What else they have with the almighty praises?
And the best thing that, cause when I remember just where I am coming from,
to where I'm standing down,
fell to my knees in praise of your name.
thanking you, Lord, every step of the way.
Oh, Father, you know I love you.
You touch my heart, my soul, with your mercy.
I thank you, my Lord, for all you've done for me. You bless my life in so many ways. No, I will never, ever leave you. I won't be
Ungrateful to you, my Lord.
I know that this world is all in your hands.
We are your children, and so we give you praise.
Oh, Father, you know I love you.
You touch my heart, my soul, with your mercy.
I thank you, my Lord, for all you've done for me. You bless my life in so many ways.
Father, I know
In so many ways. Oh, Lord. So when I remember just where I'm coming from,
hey, to where I'm standing now,
fell to my knees in praise of your name.
thanking you, Lord, every step of the way.
Oh, Father, you know I love you.
I am Ginger Spice from New Jersey, and you are listening to Caribbean Vibes Radio, the very best online radio station. Caribbean Vibes Radio, number one. Keep it locked.
Bless my life in so many ways. Oh, I will never ever leave you out. I won't be
Ungrateful to you, my Lord.
I know that this world is all in your hands.
We are your children, and so we give you praise.
You're live on the radio. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Whilby.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
Well, I'm not as good as you. I'm just welcoming you back. I missed you.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you very much. It's good to be missed, you know.
Oh, yes.
It's good. Yeah, so how you doing?
Well, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here listening.
Okay, good.
You know, somebody called me not too long ago, so I was distracted a little. But
Yeah,
glad
man.
to have you back.
All right. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, bye-bye.
All right.
Father, you know I love you.
You touch my heart, my soul, with your mercy.
I thank you, my Lord, for all you've done for me. As long as Jesus is my provider, me no want broke and me can't broke again. Evangelist Roberts, we curse poverty in Jesus' name. Me say me now broke again. Me say me provider, me nah broke again. Me pants used to tear, never had the bus fear. When I mean I was there, go ask Pastor Blair. God turn me around, give me the English pound. Lord me blessing I flow like down to a fall. We can't go all the way it all. Me say me nah broke again. Me say me nah broke again. As long as Jesus have been me provider, me nah broke again. Me say me nah broke again. Me say me broke again. As long as Jesus have been me provider, me nah broke again. You think a little sufferation, you think a little moderation, poverty put me through. You think a little sufferation, you think a little frustration, you think a little sufferation, poverty put me through. You think a little moderation. It's such a record, we tell them. Me say me nah broke again. Me say we can't broke again. As long as Jesus I feel we provider, we nah broke again. Me say we nah broke again. Me say we can't broke again. As long as Jesus I feel we provider, we nah broke again. We have the money, we have the money. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. We have the money, we have the money. We have the money and praise the Lord. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Show your blessing, show your blessing, show your blessing, show your blessing. Nah broke, can't broke, nah broke, can't broke, nah broke, can't broke. Jesus your provider. So you nah broke again. We say you can't broke.
Yes, I does the blessing. I does the blessing. Father God blessing. Well, more blessing. I does the blessing. I does the blessing. Them can't stop me. I am blessed. I am blessed every day of my life.
I'm Ginger Spice from New Jersey, and you are listening to Caribbean Vibes Radio, the very best online radio station. Caribbean Vibes Radio, number one. Keep it locked.
Yeah, from the heart of the Caribbean into North America. Yeah, this is Tal Magilla representing for Chris Whilby and KVR Radio, Caribbean Vibes Radio with the Vibe Master. Yeah, man. The blessing, Father God blessing, well more blessing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you, Mr. Morgan. Ahoy, good to see you, good to see you. Now we have, we hear, we inform, we uplift, and we entertain. And we do that while covering the globe like no one else can. Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. Recently, I have to touch on this one here because recently, we know the politics is going on in Jamaica, right? And people are going to go into their respective corners. Now, recently there was some form of kerfuffle coming out of the Trump administration where they were talking about the Cuban doctors. They were talking about the doctors, the Cuban doctors, as it relates to not only the Caribbean but across the globe, where Trump was saying something about they're going to take away visas from people who are exploiting the Cuban doctors and the labor as it relates to the doctors and whatnot. And without getting clarification as to exactly what they're talking about, you had people coming out and making all kinds of statements. People on social media, Caribbean leaders, and everything. And people were having different opinions on their programs, on their platforms. You know, it was a firestorm. A lot of people came out and they said, oh, we need to hear where the Jamaican government stands, because we want them to stand with the Cuban doctors. Some people said that Andrew Holness afraid to give up his visa, so him now stand up to Trump. And the government is worthless, and the government this and the government that and whatever. And, you know, everybody was giving their opinion. Lady D had the same topic on her program last week while I was in Jamaica. I was listening to the program, even though I'm in Jamaica. We still have to support each other. So, yeah, I tuned in and I was listening into the program. I called in to Lady D's show. And I made a point that, hey, listen, my point was probably the unpopular one, because everybody else was like, yes, Jamaica have to stand up. And, you know, people were giving their opinion, which I respect. However, what I stated then, I'm going to state here again. Diplomacy can be messy. And diplomacy is not social media. And while everybody was calling for the Prime Minister to stand up to the United States, I said at the time, I said, Lady D, listen to me. We don't want our Prime Minister, be it a JLP or a PNP Prime Minister, to go around and start shooting off their mouths, because it can have serious ramification for the country. What we want cool heads to prevail. We want our Prime Minister, whoever he or she is to take the job seriously. And you don't do diplomacy on social media. You talk to your counterparts in private, and you talk and you find a way out. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, nobody heard anything from him because he was quietly talking to the United States and clarifying and finding out what is what. Fast forward to, what was it, yesterday or the day before yesterday? I'm getting old, I can't recall. The Secretary of State came to Jamaica, Marco Rubio. And let me tell you something. It was a master stroke in diplomacy. What the Prime Minister accomplished, it was masterful. This is what we want from our leaders. I remember the days when P.J. Patterson was the Prime Minister, and I used to be proud of him on the world stage, because I want my Prime Minister, whoever he or she is, to be able to stand side by side with anybody from any country and be able to articulate our position in a respectful manner. Mr. P.J. Patterson, say what you will about him, he had that command of the stage, of the presence in before world leaders. Doesn't matter who he or she was, he was comfortable on the world stage. And Andrew Holness, I see the same kind of stature. He is able to stand side by side with leaders across the globe and represent our country and do it in a respectful way. And yesterday, my friends, was a day when I was proud of my country. Not the yap yap, and the ray that was going on social media, because social media is not diplomacy. And I'm going to play a clip for you of what happened yesterday. And let me see if I can.
Today, we engaged in productive and constructive discussions focused on strengthening this partnership and expanding opportunities for collaboration. During our meeting, we addressed several critical areas of cooperation. Security, one major area. We reaffirmed our commitment to enhancing cooperation in combating transnational crime, ensuring the collective safety of our citizens, and mutually secured borders. We discussed a global war on gangs, and there is already significant policy alignment with both countries in this regard. The United States has been instrumental in supporting Jamaica's efforts to bolster its marine domain awareness and intelligence surveillance capabilities, which are crucial in our fight against organized criminal networks. We discussed expanded and repurposing development assistance towards our shared goals, including security. This will exponentially expand our cooperation in fighting lottery scammers, transnational organized crimes, trafficking in guns, and building safer communities. We are committed in ensuring our partnership delivers results in driving down criminality and trafficking in this hemisphere. On Haiti, we look forward to continued partnership with the United States as we seek to work with the Haitian leadership and stakeholders to address the ongoing crises in Haiti. The extraordinary humanitarian, civil, and national security challenges in Haiti pose an acute threat to Haitians, to regional stability, and indeed to its close neighbors, including Jamaica. We agreed that we must do everything we can to stabilize the security situation in Haiti so that they are better able to build capacity and address their political and humanitarian challenges. On trade, recognizing the United States as Jamaica's largest trading partner, with bilateral trade surpassing $3 billion in 2023, we explored avenues to further expand trade relations between our two countries. The renewal of the Caribbean Basin Economic Recovery Act was raised as a matter of critical importance to trade for ourselves and for all CARICOM member states. We also explored means to attract increased U.S. investment into Jamaica's emerging sectors. With our stable macroeconomic framework and positive growth trajectory, Jamaica is open for enhanced U.S. investment across multiple sectors, including energy and nearshoring. In terms of logistics, the discussion touched on working with U.S. companies to leverage Jamaica's location as a premier transshipment hub in the Americas, and this will further bolster Jamaica's work as a major logistics hub for global trade. On labor issues, the United States and Jamaica have enjoyed an 80-year-old history relationship in terms of bilateral labor agreements, where we provide short-term skilled and semi-skilled labor in sectors such as agriculture and hospitality. We discuss ways to expand and enhance these agreements, including skills development partnerships to upskill and reskill Jamaican workers. On our travel advisory, we discussed significant progress that we are making in bringing down all major crimes, and that Jamaica today is safer than at any time in the last 2 decades. In fact, crimes against visitors represent less than 0.01% of the more than 3 million visitors to Jamaica annually. We are committed to working collaboratively to ensure that travel advisories reflect the current realities and promote travel to Jamaica. I'm confident that the dialogue initiated today will lead to tangible outcomes, benefiting both our peoples and contributing to mutual stability and prosperity. Indeed, our concern for enhanced regional and hemispheric security and prosperity was recognized as a shared one. I wish my CARICOM colleagues who are now in Kingston productive meetings as well with the Secretary this afternoon. Jamaica remains committed to fostering a partnership with the United States, one grounded in mutual respect, shared values, and a collective ambition for stronger and a more resilient future. I extend my sincere gratitude to Secretary Rubio and his delegation for their visit and for the productive and forward-looking discussions we have had. We look forward to building upon this foundation, deepening our collaboration, and taking our partnership to new and greater heights for the lasting benefit of both our nations. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for joining us, and I now give the floor to Secretary Rubio for his press statement.
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, first of all, thank you for the very warm welcome. On Tuesday was I completed my 9th week on the job, so I told you I'd be here early. I think that's pretty early, and I'm glad to be here so soon. Thank you to the Foreign Minister as well for welcoming me and all the work we do together, and to the people of Jamaica. The ties, I would say, between the United States and Jamaica don't need to be explained. They're incredibly strong. And in particular, my home state of Florida. We were commenting close, 800,000 to 1 million Jamaican expatriates who call the United States home. And I asked, was it just in Florida? Because it's a very vibrant community that's contributed so much to the place that I've called home for so long. And so we have a shared history that's tied together by people. I also would say that some substantial percentage of Americans have traveled here at some point in their lives. And that also binds countries together. Nothing binds countries and cultures more closely together than people. And we certainly have that in common. And we want to continue to make sure that we build on that. We did touch on a couple of topics. The first is trade. The world has been closely followed. The President is in the midst of realigning American global trade policy, primarily to reset global trade in a way that's fair to the U.S. after 20 or 30 years of what we believe is unfairness, not when it comes to Jamaica, but broader. And from that will come real opportunities to create new alignments and new trade arrangements and new trade opportunities. And I believe Jamaica is one of those places that together we both stand to benefit. In particular, we discussed supply chains. And we ask ourselves, why, if so many of these products are destined for the North American market, why are so many of the productive capacities located halfway around the world? And there's a lot of different reasons why that's happened. But it makes all the sense in the world to see more productive capacity, more manufacturing, more industry relocated into our hemisphere. We certainly have the labor and the population and the desire to do so in our hemisphere. It's closer to the end markets. And so we want to pursue opportunities to make that possible. And clearly I think Jamaica is one of those places that could benefit. And the Prime Minister has that vision for the country and the creation of not just jobs, but jobs that pay even better than the jobs that maybe some could find now. So it's an opportunity I think would be mutually beneficial. And we're going to actively seek and look for ways to make that possible. I also think there's extraordinary opportunities for investment. And we talked about it, whether it's particularly in energy. The United States is going to be producing a lot of liquefied natural gas, which is a very clean fuel that we have in abundance and that we seek to export. And it's also critical, by the way. You cannot have manufacturing without reliable and affordable energy. And so it's one of those things that I think potentially we could continue to partner along with other things, whether it's mining opportunities off the seabed. In essence, to utilize all of the resources of the country in a responsible way that protects your environment, that protects your natural beauty, but at the same time is generating income and opportunity of employment for the people. Ultimately, governments have two prime responsibilities: the safety and the prosperity of their people. And your Prime Minister and his government is very focused on those two priorities. We did talk about tourism because obviously it's a significant part of your economy, and we pledged we were going to go back and reevaluate the travel advisories as they currently stand to ensure that they do reflect the reality of the new numbers and what the numbers show, because you've made very impressive progress in your general numbers overall when it comes to the murder rate and so forth. But in particular, those travel advisories are designed to American travelers. And I think we need to analyze that and just ensure that the status we're currently in accurately reflects the status quo and takes into account the progress you've already made this year and made last year, year over year, which I think is one of the highest numbers in terms of reductions that we've seen of any country in the region. We have to talk about security, and I think that the Prime Minister has phrased it in a way that I think is very beneficial, and that is, he used the term global war on gangs. Maybe we'll find some other phraseology in the United States to describe it, but we're talking about the same problem. It's amazing if you look across the region and really many parts of the world, how many of the threats we face in the world now that once came from a ideological terrorist organization or from a nation state are now coming from non-governmental criminal organizations who in some cases are more powerful than the governments in some of these countries. And we've confronted this issue. It's a challenge in Mexico. It's a challenge on the border between Venezuela and Colombia. It is the challenge in Haiti. And it's been a challenge here. And it's a multifaceted challenge. They are transnational for a number of reasons. One, as an example, is, and we've acknowledged this, in our conversations that lead back to my time in the United States Senate, how many of the guns and the weapons that are being used by gangs to commit acts of violence here in Jamaica are purchased in the United States and then shipped here. And we want to commit to doing more to stopping that flow at the same time as we do more to commit to increasing your capacity. That's the other thing I underline. What we're talking about here when we talk about American assistance is America helping Jamaica build its own capacity, its own ability to confront these challenges and solve these problems. Because security is a baseline for everything. And to that end, we have some good things to announce today here. We've the Jolt Fusion Center that is starting up again, and that's been even further strengthened. That's going to help address lottery scamming. We can announce this synthetics detection equipment for Jamaica's forensic labs. Another counter-gang recruitment program that we seek to launch as a result of our visit here today. And announce something that I think is really important, and that is software, intelligence software for the law enforcement here in Jamaica to combat gangs, things like night vision goggles as well, technology, and we look to do more. And on that end, let me touch on a topic that we talked about just a little bit. Well, I'll touch on one other topic, then I'll get to this final one. On you mentioned upskilling and helping. How can we? It's a topic we hadn't touched on directly, extensively before. We talked about it today. We seek to go back and find ways that we can partner to create opportunities for skills training, so that if those companies, and we can attract those companies, if we can attract whether it's a logistics center or manufacturing to come to Jamaica, there's a workforce that's been equipped with the skills needed. Now we face this challenge domestically as well. We need to do that ourselves, but there may be things that we can do in collaboration with one another. And this touches on the issue of aid, very controversial in the United States, but it's one of the reasons why I wanted to come here today, because it in many ways highlights exactly what our vision for aid moving forward is. The United States is...
All right, so that's basically the gist of what took place yesterday. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it is in the news, and as we are in the news business, we're in the radio business, we have to pass on the news, whether it is good or bad. We have to share the news. And this is current affairs as it stands. And I think how the Prime Minister played this, it was a masterful stroke. And I wish people would just understand that diplomacy. And I wish if Mr. Golding wins the next election, which is quite possible, that he would carry himself... Hello, you're live on the radio. Good evening.
Good evening, Chris.
Hello, my dear Sister Pat. How are you?
I'm blessed. Welcome home.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Give me 1 minute. Welcome. Let me just finish this point here, Sister Pat.
Oh, sure.
I wish that if Mr. Golding, Mark Golding, would win the next general election in Jamaica, he would carry himself in the same manner and not just shoot from the hip when it comes to diplomacy, because as the leader of a country, what you say carry a lot of weight. And that is one of the reasons why I respect this Prime Minister. He just doesn't go out and shoot off his mouth and follow the crowd. I see Mia Motley, and I criticized her last week. I see Mia Motley, because sometimes people, they want the attention, and they will go up on a soapbox and they will just talk some things. They talk tough. And at the same time, you talking tough can come back and bite you in the rear end, because our little island, our little country cannot stand up to the great United States of America. We just can't. So I don't want anybody fooling themselves. Yes, you have the right to speak, but at the end of the day, when you talk, it can come with great consequences. And so, I'm going to end by saying, I hope that if Mr. Golding win the next election, which is very possible, that he understand that diplomacy is not social media, and you can lose the war. You can win win the battle, but lose the war.
But you lose the war.
Exactly. So yes, you can come up and you can talk tough, and you can get your followers to follow behind you. But at the same time, when you have a country to run, it is a completely different thing. Go ahead, Sister Pat.
Yes. I just want to say, listening to the speech between both Rubio and Andrew Holness, it sounds very logical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, my voice is still a little raspy.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
getting over this bronchitis. But anyway, communication, it's always the key.
Mm-hmm.
Whether in diplomacy, in a married relationship, in school, whatever, the situation is, it's very important to sit at the table and air our views.
Mm-hmm.
Just to touch a little bit on the hot topic.
Yes.
It's just sad that the husband had to learn on the air that his wife wanted to leave him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a pity they were unable to have communication until the relationship broke down. Now, back to politics.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kenny Rogers, he sings a song, The Gambler. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Exactly.
Don't count your money while sitting at the table. I was waiting to hear from Andrew Holness what his take on the whole situation was.
Mm-hmm.
Not until when he sat at the round table and they had meeting. And of course, we can see it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see this. We have three big problems in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of scamming.
Mm-hmm.
We have gangs.
Mm-hmm.
And, the third one is a lot of scamming, the gangs. Oh God, it just missed me. But anyway, those things need to be addressed. The killing of tourists, because even recently we have heard of situations where, women have gone missing. But those are big issues that need to be addressed. Third, the medical team that they have been told to do not align with Cuba and the medical team. We know even during COVID, the Cuban medical staff, they were very, very helpful, not just in Jamaica. Jamaica benefited tremendously, and even now they're being benefited because a lot of the workers from Jamaica, they have immigrated, so they don't have professionals in Jamaica anymore, so they have to depend on someone for medical care. So sitting down and putting all the cards on the table and having a flavor for what has to be done. I think it was a very strategic move that they were able to do that. So he can bring his report back to the gangster man and let him know it's not that easy as we expect, because you cannot just Shanghai people, you know. He lives in the upper echelon. He doesn't know what it is to work. He gets everything handed down to him, but there are people who do have to work.
All right,
So-
Sister Pat, as you touch on that one there, I don't know if you can hear. I want you to see if you can listen to this question that was posed to Mr. Rubio at the same press conference, and see if that answers the question. Hold a minute.
Next question will come from Tana Thomas from Nationwide News Network. Please stand.
Secretary Rubio, my question is, or questions, in relation to the matter of the Cuba Medical Corporation program as well. So the medical mission has been a cornerstone of healthcare in Jamaica and the Caribbean for over 50 years, according to our foreign minister. How does the U.S. reconcile its stance on this program with the region's reliance on Cuban medical professionals, and what alternatives does it propose to ensure healthcare stability?
Yeah, I think the first thing is to separate medical from the labor issues that we are pointing to. Okay, this is not about doctors. Okay, this is not about the provision of medical assistance. We have no problem with medical assistance. We have no problem with doctors. We have a problem, and I'm not speaking about Jamaica. We've discussed this today about, you know, following international labor standards and the like, but I'm just talking about this program in general, how it's operated around the world. And how it's operated around the world is that basically the doctors are not paid. In many other parts of the world, the doctors are not paid. You pay the Cuban government. The Cuban government decides how much of anything to give them. They take away their passports. They basically operate as forced labor in many places. Now, there are places that have better labor standards. Perhaps Jamaica is one of those, and that's fine. But I'm describing generally what the program has been. It has operated in that way in many parts of the world and placed these people in tremendous danger. And so I think we can all agree that the trafficking in labor, be they doctors or farm workers, is not something that we would want to be supportive of, and we find that to be an egregious practice on the part of the Cuban regime. Now,
all right. I don't know. Did you get to hear that, Sister Pat?
No, I didn't.
All right.
No.
So maybe after the program you can go back and listen to it. Okay. So I wanted to play that for the audience, anyways. So what the question came from one of the reporters that was at the press conference, and she was asking Mr. Rubio about the medical team and the medical doctors, and he said, "Listen, we're not talking about medical doctors. We're talking about forced labor from Cuba." And what he said is, in his explanation, was that sometimes around the globe you have people exploiting Cubans, and what they do is send the money directly back to the Cuban regime, which is, as far as they're concerned, is trafficking labor or human trafficking. So as far as Jamaica is concerned, they don't care about the medical personnel. They don't care about the doctors. And if Jamaica is operating in a safe practice and a legal practice of paying the doctors what they're worth and whatever, they don't care about that. That's not what they're worried about. They're worried about human trafficking, where these laborers from Cuba go around the world, and these governments send the money back to Cuba instead of paying these people. They send it back to Cuba to enhance their government. So now you see where the misinformation comes in, because a statement was put out, it wasn't clarified to the public, and everybody was running with their opinion. Now, had the Prime Minister gone out there and talk based on, especially, like I said, Mia Motley, because I have a beef with how Mia Motley dealt with it. I have a beef with how Gonzalez dealt with it, because they were just shooting off their mouths. And at the end of the day, if push come to shove, they can't stand up. They just can't. So, the Prime Minister, he did what he was supposed to do. And at the end of the day, Jamaica was not harmed. This is what I want because I love my country. And I don't want to see us getting harmed unintentionally because people are just shooting off their mouths.
Absolutely. And as we can see, a lot of the information is misinformation on social media. So many different people on their platform, they have their own opinion
and their agenda.
And you only need one person to tag along, and the next person tag along, and before you know it, misinformation.
That's what I say, Sister Pat. And you know, we understand that social media is there, but what we don't want is we want steady leadership. We don't want people to get dragged into social media sphere. If you are the leader of the country, we want you to act as the leader. We don't want you to follow what social media is saying, and not everything that is on social media you have to comment. And I get frustrated sometimes with the Prime Minister, to be honest with you, that sometimes he doesn't clarify certain situation, and sometimes we have to be left in the dark or whatever. But sometimes I think he has a strategy of not responding to everything that is out there on social media. And sometimes it can be detrimental to him and his government, but at the same time, it can be beneficial. Like this one, can you imagine the Prime Minister had gone out there and shoot off his mouth and, bluster. Oh, I'm going to stand with the Cubans because I'm not going to lose my visa. I can give up my visa and all of that. It wasn't even about visa. And
because that seems to be the big norm now,
Yeah, everybody was talking about visa.
Andrew, let's bow to America.
Exactly.
He don't want to give up his visa.
It has nothing to do.
There is a bigger fish to fry.
It has nothing to do. It's bigger than one visa. And I keep saying to people, okay, let's even talk about it. And let's say the Prime Minister, let's say it's not Andrew Holness, Mark Golding. I wouldn't want my Prime Minister, whoever he or she is, to not have a visa to be able to visit the biggest trading partner in their biggest trading partner. How is that going to be beneficial to the country by having sanctions on you as the Prime Minister and all of your government ministers? How is that going to benefit the country?
The countries.
That's devastating
each
for the country.
Caribbean country have their own problems to deal with, but for some reason everybody is looking at Jamaica. What the move that they're gonna make and how it will impact and affect them. Because if Jamaica sneeze, everybody says, "Oh boy, let me grab my tissue."
Because Jamaica is strategically placed in the Caribbean, And whether or not we like it, Jamaica is a leader in the Caribbean. You notice Marco Rubio came to the Caribbean to discuss, to have talks with the other leaders. You notice where he came?
Absolutely.
He came
because
to
he
Jamaica.
He said he was supposed to come later.
Mia Motley was in Jamaica too.
Earlier than expected.
Yeah. Other Caribbean leaders were in Jamaica to meet with Marco Rubio.
Oh, okay.
So he chose Jamaica because he believed that Jamaica is important. And we have to start thinking, too many of us put down Jamaica because of politics. We have to start thinking about Jamaica and putting Jamaica first, irrespective of your political alignment, irrespective of where you live in the world. If you love Jamaica, you ought to want to see the best of and for Jamaica, irrespective of who is leading Jamaica. And too many of us want to see Jamaica fail because our party isn't in power at the time. And we have to cut that out. It's not patriotic to want to see Jamaica and put down Jamaica and talk bad about Jamaica because your party is not in power. We have to cut that out. BUB, JLP, or PNP. You have to realize that Jamaica is first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I totally agree with you. Point well made.
Yeah,
yes.
Thank you very much, Sister Pat.
Well,
Appreciate
this has
it.
been a very good topic, very good evening. We could continue into tomorrow, but the time is far spent, and I know you have to go home.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I say go home, so it was a pleasure being on the program this evening, and I'm glad I was able to have this dialogue with you.
Yes, man. I
so
appreciate
you have
you
a
coming on.
wonderful evening, yes. And to the listeners, Sister Gloria, her Sister Gloria, and Lady D, and DL. So, and to all those in the YouTube, in the chat, have a wonderful weekend, and see you on Sunday evening, God's willing.
Yes, man. I will be right here.
Okay. God bless now.
All right.
Okay,
Take it easy.
bye-bye.
Have a good night.
You too now. Bye-bye.
Give me faith, oh Jah, I pray, oh Lord, to face another day. Oh, Lord, give me strength to face another day. Carry on life's road, carry on my Lord. Give me strength, oh Jah, to carry on. Oh my Lord, oh Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Please tell me when I begin. All help for ages past and all help for years to come, without whom I could not be. When you're trying to leave, you are the very light, I wouldn't be so unwise.
I am Ginger Spice from New Jersey, and you are listening to Caribbean Vibes Radio, the very best online radio station. Caribbean Vibes Radio, number one. Keep it locked.
Strength to face another day, journey along life's road.
Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for what you're doing now. Thank you, Lord, for every little thing. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Lord, you made the birds sing. I wanna sing along, sing along. Said I'm in no competition, but I made my decision. You can keep your opinion. I'm just calling on the wise man communion. Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for what you're doing now. Thank you, Lord, for every little thing. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Lord, you make the birds sing. I want to sing along, sing along.
DJ Chef. What's up, my brother? DJ Chef tuning in from Hyannis, Cape Cod. Big up yourself, brother. Always good to have you on board. As I get ready to pack up my bundle to get out of here, I want to say thanks to Linkage Radio, the Big Bad Station. Linkage Radio. We rule the world.
What you've done for me.
Hit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Covering the globe like no one else can. I want to say thanks to all of you tuning in on YouTube. My YouTubers, the K-Fibers. Thank you all. Welcome back. Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. Tuning in on the radio. I'll be back here next Sunday. Well, this coming Sunday, I'll be back here. It's gonna be gospel. Sunday evening gospel. We call it the G Block. Chris will be in DJ Robert starting at 5:30. Make sure that you log on. From 5:30 until 8 o'clock is a G Block with Chris Wilby and DJ Robert right here on the Big Bad Station. In the meantime, in between time, I want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you for keeping me company. Take care of your beautiful, beautiful selves. Always remember that you are like champagne. Don't let anybody treat you like beer. My name is Chris Wilby. This has been the Chris Wilby Show, the international show with Jamaican vibes. I will catch you next time around. Have a fantastic night and enjoy the rest of the week. As we're moving into the strong end, as Julia would say, it's a strong end. It's not the weekend, you know, because we don't do week. We don't do week. I'm out of here. What good?
Lord, I pray, I honor your name, deliver your mercy whenever I fall. You lift me up, glory to me, oh God. Our Redeemer, saving grace. I know I'm not worthy to see your face. I try hard, but I make mistakes. You still provide every step that I take. Every heartache, I give you the praise. And you are my guide, I'm a shield always. You play hard, you still show me mercy and keep me safe. Lord, I honor your name, deliver your word. Omnipotent, shine down your glory, your magnificence. When you build a fence, it make all the difference. Step in on my life and take precedence. Be the captain, the pilot, the teacher. Be the head and the boss and the leader. Be my guide, my shepherd and my keeper.